Well, as we knew it was, rain came last night, 6/10. That'll keep us from cutting today. However, it won't keep us from working. It's a little sloppy.
Yep.
A little muddy. We're gonna unhook this grain cart so we can take it to the house, put the spray rig on it. But look, the combine's clean. We didn't even have to power wash it.
Did you power wash it?
I think Jesus did.
Oh boy.
We got the combine cleaned off with the rain. No cutting today, but we'll unhook this grain cart, put the spray rig on, do a little spraying this afternoon. We'll get that red truck taken to town here in a little bit. And that's probably all we'll do today. What do you think? Get her unhooked for me.
Well, you have to unhook this thing.
Okay, let's get it unhooked. Under the house. We got it going, didn't we, bub? Terrible weeds here on the home place. Get them thistles over there here in a minute. Been on the airplane list for a long time. That's a different story, never got done. So we unhooked and harvest, and we're having to spray it with our ground rig. Probably gonna be really rough. That's what we're doing. What do you think, bub? It's your nap time. You think you should be in the house napping? Why don't you run this thing for me? You want to run this thing for me? Oh, the camera? I'm talking about the tractor.
Sure.
So you're probably wondering why we're farming when we're kind of a hunting YouTube channel. Well, if I don't bring any farming content through the summer, there just won't be any content because that's all I got time for. And not to mention the fact that last night there was a big old wild sow right about there. We had all this equipment parked here. Big old sow was standing about right there. Justin got to my truck, got a gun, he shot her, heard it thump, she spun around, he shot her again, thumped again. All I had was a 223. And he said she made it across the road. I'm sure she's dead over there today, but they're pretty tough suckers. So there's a little hunting content takes place while we're harvesting. But we're gonna have a little slower day today with the rain that came in last night. Won't be able to cut wheat today. I'm gonna take this truck to town. We're about 15 miles from the elevator that we're taking this grain to, and we'll get that taken up there and emptied. Here's a little ticket breakdown. This is a receipt we get from the elevator after we dump. It kind of tells you how the wheat is, shows you how much you had on, that's the weight and everything. Gross bushel 914. We had a slight dock, 1.06 in dockage. That's kind of the trash and everything that was in the wheat. Trying to clean it the best we can. For some reason it's not cleaning super good this year. But 904 is what I'll get paid for on that load. Test weight 62.2. That's really pretty good. Especially for this year and some of the rains we've had, that's pretty good test weight. Anything over 60 is good. Moisture's 10.5, that's great. Anything under 14 they'll take. Foreign material, that's stuff that was in the wheat. Trash, we got a little ryegrass in this field, not much, but a little. There's my dock for having white caps and other stuff in the wheat. Protein's 12.9, that's a good protein. They usually pay a premium. I'm not getting one this year, I guess. That stinks, but them shrunk and broken stuff on 0.22, that's nothing, that's great. So, pretty impressed with the wheat. Was really thinking we were gonna make somewhere in the 30s, and so far it's looking like it could touch 50, so. Good deal so far. But this rain that we're getting, that'll drop test weights, that'll cut back on yield. So that's why whenever you can cut, you gotta cut. Gotta get it out before the next rain comes, because it just keeps knocking the yield back every time you get a rain during harvest. Not to mention it's harder to get out because the fields get muddy and then you're slopping around in the combine, and yeah, it turns into a mess. Truck's ready to go. I'll head to town. There's my wife and kids. They're gonna follow me to town. Riggs really wants to go through the line at the co-op and dump the wheat. Since we're 15 miles away, I don't let him ride in here with me. He'll get in with me once we get there. He is a farm boy. I'll give him a little bye-bye toot-toot. Morning. Four tenths. How many rains have we had since harvest started?
I don't know.
Huh?
6.
6? That's a pretty good guess, probably.
I don't want to.
Sissy, how many rains?
Too many.
Where's the cheese?
Rained out again.
Why did you not get the cheese?
Just got the 2 pound.
up getting rain there Thursday night. It rained what, 8/10 up here at the field?
You see that puddle? You see that puddle over there?
There's some puddles.
No, you see that puddle when we were there?
Yeah.
That's how much rain we got.
That's how much rain we got. The puddle. Did y'all see the puddle when we pulled in? That's how much rain we got. Alright, well, we're gonna try it out. Cut us a sample. Rained 8/10 Thursday night. Today is Saturday, almost noon. We're gonna see if it'll go, huh?
Let's see if it'll go there.
Alright, let's go try it out. Riggs is doing the moisture sample here. Is it dry? It'll go?
No, probably not.
Not quite?
No, it's not dry.
A little soft.
No, they're hard.
What about when you bite them? Do they pop or do they squish?
Pop.
Might be dry.
Nothing.
Should we take a sample to the co-op or trust your sample?
What? I don't think there's still loads in the semi yet.
We'll just have to take this sample here, this bucket. Take it up there and let them test it.
Here.
The co-op.
Well, sure.
Alright. We got rolling again at about 1:30 probably. We got started. Grain's dry enough, but the ground is a different story. It is wet, wet, wet. I'm leaving a bunch of channels and terraces, all kinds of water holes. It is not ideal, but there's some dry grain out here. There's a little bit of dry ground, so we got to get done what we can get done because there's more coming tonight. Can't really complain. We've been needing the rain for a long, long time. We sure have been getting a bunch lately. It'd be nice to get this crop out, but like I said, we're not going to complain. We'll take what we get and move on. If you're wondering where my co-pilot is, he's in that truck. It's headed to town right there with Pop. He has been begging to ride the truck to town to the elevator. We don't let him do it on our way out there. Just too far to not really be buckled in his car seat or whatever. We let him ride when we're up here. We're about 2 miles from the elevator, so he's living his best life. I'm sure he's giving Pops an earful.